Hello everyone, welcome to Authentic Life Tarot. I know it's been quite some time since I've done a reading. There are several reasons for that. One of the reasons is that my spirit guides kind of told me I needed to take a step back for a little bit and kind of let some things play out time-wise in the universe before I started doing them again. So I listened and they are now saying, go ahead and move forward. So I'm back again here to let you know about some energies that are coming up for light workers, twin flames that are in union, or even if you're a light worker or starseed that is not in a twin flame union, that's totally fine too. You are capable of doing the work that you need to do all by yourself. You don't have to have another person to make those things happen for you. So that's always good to know. You can watch these videos as if you were in a twin flame relationship, so divine masculine and divine feminine and those energies coming into your union, or you can look at it in the way of it being from your inner self, which everybody has divine masculine and divine feminine energies in their soul. And so you can look at these readings and look at the parts of your personality or soul that are either masculine or feminine, and you can implement this into your life that way. So there's a couple different ways to do this. And sometimes throughout my readings, I will be able to tell if it's specifically about a relationship versus it being something that's internal just within the viewer who's watching this. So just a little information there. I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to look at both masculine and feminine energies today. The reading might be a little bit long doing it that way, but it's okay. I have a feeling Spirit is going to have several things that they are going to want to bring forward to light at this time. So today is June 21st of 2020. And the energies for this upcoming week there's going to be a lot of them, let's just say that. And we just had the solstice, or actually, yeah, that was yesterday, I believe. Anyhow, we will go forward. We'll look at, first I'm going to draw like an overall energy card for divine masculine, and then I'll draw one for divine feminine, and we'll go from there. I've already shuffled and blessed all my cards, so I'm going to ask Spirit to bring out a card for us that will explain a little bit about the divine masculine energies that are going to be coming up this next week. So let's see what Spirit has to tell us about that. Just would like one card here, Spirit, for divine masculine. I know a lot of readers will shuffle their cards and just take the top card. I happen to be one that likes to have Spirit bring them out as I read. So that's nice, but at the same time, you are going to have to be a little patient. So sorry. Can't ever rush my guides and what they want to tell us. So at least that's how they've decided they would like to work with me. So let's want one card for an overall energy for divine masculine, please, Spirit. I'm going to take it, sorry, only because we were going for a little while. We have empowered service. So divine masculine, your overall energy for this next week, you're going to be looking at things to do with how you're helping other people and how you're serving even the collective at this time and helping us raise our vibrations here on this planet. So that's a good one. It's always being of service to others is a great way to raise your vibration naturally. So that's really good. I'm going to ask for a card now for an overall energy for divine feminine. So that first one is for Divine Masculine. And we will find what energies we're going to be working with on the feminine side. Okay, one card for Spirit. Patience. Sorry, guys. All in divine timing. That's what I have to keep telling myself. It's not about us and what we want. It's about universal energies and what we need to be doing for the collective. And I did have a card pop out. It actually fell down on the ground, so I'm going to grab it. And we have Melt into Divine Desire. And I'm kind of thinking that speaks for itself. So Divine Feminine, you need to be tapping into your divine desire. You can look at that in a couple of different ways. You can look at it as a desire in your physical relationship here on earth, or you can look at it in the way of desiring divine energies and loving and embracing everything that the universe has to offer us as divine feminines, which is a huge amount. So that's a wonderful card. I personally am going to take this as being a divine desire for being closer to spirit, being closer to universal energies, and wanting to raise vibrations on the planet. So that's awesome. So we're going to start with some energies here for Divine Masculine. We're going to get a couple of cards. I'm going to, not sure how many I'm going to pull at this time, so I'm just going to kind of see what Spirit wants to do, what they would like to tell us. I have several guides that I work with. Some of them are power animals. Some of them are master teachers that are from the divine realms. So we will see what they would like to talk to us about today. So Divine Masculine energies for this upcoming week is what we're looking for here. Please, guides, we will see what we have going on. So we have the Page of Swords for our first card here for Divine Masculine. I'm going to ask for a couple more cards. These cards are not going to be to clarify the Page of Swords. These are going to be our main energies that we're looking at here. And again, I usually don't read reversals. Spirit will tell me if I need to read it as a reversal, but most of the time they like me to read upright meanings. So we have the Three of Swords and the Seven of Wands. I think I'm going to get at least one more, maybe two more for Divine Masculine for their energies for this next week. Let's look here. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I just made a big, huge mess. Because it's such a mess, I'm not going to take any of these cards because I would like it to be clear. Oh goodness. Sorry, give me a sec. Okay. All those back in. And we will see what Spirit would like to give us for a couple more energies for this upcoming week for Divine Masculine. And we'll get into the meaning of some of these cards and maybe what we need to be looking at. That was too many. There's like 8 there, so. Okay. These I'm going to take because it was 2 that popped out and I said I wasn't sure what cards I was going to, how many I was going to pull. So we have the Tower card. which a lot of people look at and say, oh my gosh, Tower moment. But a lot of times when I get this card in this reading, in these readings, it's has a tendency to be geared towards Tower moments that need to happen in your life so you can be ready for your next phase of life or your next step or stage. So a lot of people will be like, oh, it's Tower, yuck, I don't want to see it. But when I see it, I almost feel happy because you can, it's telling you that there may be something that's not great that's happening around you, but there's always a way to move through those energies. And that situation is going to teach you things that you will need to know for the rest of your mission here on this planet. So, and the other one that I got was the Knight of Swords. So this is the Divine Masculine energy, so that's good. I'm going to get another deck here, and we are going to get some clarifying cards for these energies for Divine Masculine. So I'm going to grab this other deck that I like using, and we'll get some clarifying cards. To grab my little book over here real quick. So we will find out. We'll get some clarifying cards here for the Page of Swords. Guys, if you could help me with that, that would be wonderful. Clarifying card for the Page of Swords for Divine Masculine energies for this upcoming week. The Hanged Man. So that's good. Let's see. I'm just going to pop over my book here to the Page of Swords. And I've written down for the Page of Swords that you're ready for a new challenge, but also that you know exactly what you need to do. So Divine Masculine is ready for a new challenge in his life. He knows what he needs to do when he's confronted with that challenge, so that's good. We'll look at the Hanged Man here. What number is that? 12, sorry. So know what to sacrifice. Okay, so that's what I wrote down for the Hanged Man. So Divine Masculine knows that there's something coming up. He knows what he needs to do for that situation. And then on top of that, there's going to be something that Divine Masculine is going to need to sacrifice. And I just heard in my head that he needs to be sacrificing part of himself. But I'm getting that they're talking about he needs to be sacrificing part of his own energies to be able to move through some of these challenges. And he needs to let go of ego in a lot of different respects in his life. That's what I'm getting from my guides. So we'll just move on with that, and we'll see if maybe we have a little bit more information that comes out about this thing that Divine Masculine is going to be moving into and the energies behind that. So we will move on to the Three of Swords, which usually kind of is an indication of some heartbreak or something that is hard that the Divine Masculine is dealing with emotionally or in a relationship setting. Or if you're looking at this if you're just looking at it for yourself and your Divine Masculine energies, there's parts of your Divine Masculine that are feeling heartbroken about certain things in life. We'll get a clarifying card for that too. Maybe give us a little bit more information about what the heartbreak might be around. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just getting to my right page here. Looking for swords. Thank you. Gosh. So it's heartbreak, and I wrote learning a painful truth. So there might be something that you're Divine Masculine is going to be learning that about his life, or even about your guys' relationship, or something going on that is may possibly be heartbreaking for him. Let's see if we can get some more clarification here on the Three of Swords for Divine Masculine energy. See what Spirit has to say here. What is this heartbreak about, Spirit, for Divine Masculine? What is this heartbreak about? And we have the Six of Pentacles. So I'm going to look that up real quick. Pentacles usually are talking about more earthly things, finances, different situations that you're going through here on the earthly plane. So we have heartbreak with the swords, and we have clarifying of the Six of Pentacles. So this card comes out, and what I wrote down for the Six of Pentacles is charitable, giving help to people in need, which actually goes along with this empowered service. So there's going to be some people in the Divine Masculine's life, or this next upcoming week, that are going to be in need of something from him, and these cards are saying he needs to help them. So he should put himself aside. He needs to get rid of some of his own ego so he's able to help them through either he's helping them through heartbreak, which is a possibility, or he's going to be able to heal his own heartbreak by servicing others. I think that's what I'm leaning towards on this with what I'm getting, what I'm feeling. So let's now look at the Seven of Wands. And let me try seven. So Seven of Wands, what I wrote down for that is defending your actions. So there might be something that he's going to be starting to do over here. He's going to feel like he might have to defend his own actions where you're concerned. So maybe in the past he had a relationship where the person that he was with, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Okay. Where the person that he was with, he constantly felt like he needed to defend his actions. Like he needed to have, I'm going to say for lack of a better term, sorry, again, lost my train of thought. He could have been in a situation where he felt like he needed to defend everything he did. That doesn't mean that he needs to be doing that now in a connection with you, because you're not the same person that this other relationship was with. Everybody's completely different, and just because one female reacts one way does not mean that that's how the next female is going to react. And if that relationship didn't work out, I hope she doesn't act the same way, because obviously that didn't work out for him in the past. So anyway, that's important that he's going to be feeling defensive, maybe when he doesn't need to be feeling that way about a situation. So, and as a Divine Feminine, if you are in a union where you're resonating with this and it's speaking to you, and you feel like this energy is honing in on your relationship, you need to know that you should probably take a step back and trust your divine to make decisions that are best for him and his path. And as a Divine Feminine, you should be respecting that in all manners that you can. If he respects you and your feelings, you need to do the same for him. So let's look at a little bit of clarifying energy here for the Seven of Wands for Divine Masculine. See why he feels like he needs to be defensive. What does Divine Masculine feel like he needs to be defending right now? Okay. The Devil. I know people are going to see that and say, oh my gosh, my Divine Masculine is supposed to be protecting the devil. No. Or defending the devil. That's not what it's saying. Devil card is more about change and kind of goes along with this Tower card too. And that there is going to be a change and things will be different, and your Divine Masculine may feel like he needs to defend himself about those changes. But what I'm sensing and feeling is that Divine Feminine needs to accept those changes and just trust in the fact that your relationship is from Divine and things are happening in your relationship for Divine purpose. And if we look at it that way, then you will be able to benefit from this and move forward. So that's good. I'm gonna look real quick at... So for the Devil, I wrote down change, reckless pursuit of pleasures, moderate your behavior. So clarifying this Seven of Wands with needing to modify his behavior. So maybe there was something that he did that he does feel defensive about, and he is afraid if you find out that it's going to cause problems. And as Divine Feminine, just know, don't let it cause problems. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, don't let it cause problems. And he is going to need to be changing possibly his reckless pursuit of pleasures. So that he needs to be moderate his behavior where pleasures are concerned. So take that for what you would like to take it for, and we'll move on from there. So we talked a little bit about the Tower and the Tower energy earlier. I'm going to ask for a clarifying card. Maybe we can find out what situation this Tower moment might be about. If it's regarding the union situation, or if this is like a collective Tower moment for light workers or starseeds in general. So let's just look here, see if we can get a clarifying card. I haven't used this deck in a while. I like it a lot, mainly because of how easily the cards move, how free they are. So let's ask for a clarifying card. For the Tower here. Hey guys. Back into patient mode, I guess. Okay, Spirit. Clarifying card here for the Tower. And there are times that literally I feel like Spirit's like, I don't want to clarify that card. Maybe it's something they feel like we don't need to know right now. But let's see what we have. And we have Father of Swords. So we have Tower moment. So I'm feeling this is more of a individual Tower moment for this Divine Masculine. Father of Swords. So I wrote down for the Father of Swords is intelligence, wisdom, and wisdom that benefits others. So mainly what this clarifying card is telling us that this Tower moment is not on a grand scheme. This Tower moment is going to be for this one specific Divine Masculine. Not only, I'm not saying there's only one Divine Masculine this fits for. What I'm saying is in the energy that I'm honing in on, there are going to be several different Divine Masculines who are going to be going through Tower moments of their own on a personal basis. So it's just good to know that those energies are a one-on-one thing and not everybody all at once. And so let's look at this Knight of Wands here. Last card that I have pulled out for Divine Masculine. Give me a second. Knight of Wands. I have written down quick movement, passion moving you ahead quickly. So, had a few times in here that we're talking about desires and passion and different things that are energies that are gonna be moving forward the relationship between divine masculine and divine feminine. And it's going to be a quick movement, and it will be passionate, and I believe divine feminine may be a little shocked by some of the things that she's feeling these days. So I'm going to pull out get a clarifying card for this Knight of Wands here for divine masculine for this next week. Clarifying for the Knight of Wands. An energy that's moving quickly, that divine masculine is going to be passionate about. What are we, what is that pertaining to? You get a clarifying card here. One that came out, and we have the Five of Wands. So another wand, which is going to be passionate and quick energy. Let's look at the 5 here, see what we got. So what I wrote down for the 5 of Wands is some sort of competitive situation. And I've been getting this for divine masculine for a little while. Even though I didn't post any videos, I actually did my own readings for myself, and that's an energy that I've been getting a lot of, is this needing to make choices of things, or that there's competitive situations with either a job, either it's like 2 jobs, or competitive situation between how much time you're spending at your job versus how much time you're spending, let's say, with your divine feminine in union. There's competing energies there. Like, you want to be there and you want to spend that time with your divine partner, but at the same time, you know that there are other responsibilities that are coming into play that you are going to need to be dealing with. And so there's going to be this energy of you trying to decide where your time is best spent as a divine masculine, if that makes any sense. That actually was really good information to know. I'm glad Spirit brought that up. And I'm going to pull, what do I want to pull here? I think at this time I'm going to pull an oracle card for divine masculine I like doing these because it kind of gives an action step of something that divine masculines can do to help move through some of these energies. Things could get a little dicey this next week, it looks like, but that's okay. You just have to trust in divine and know that the things that are happening are all part of the plan. So I'm going to get an oracle card here for an overall energy of something that divine masculine can do to help move through this energy. So let's see, we're looking for divine masculine. Oh, beautiful. We got 2. So I'm going to pull them both. The top one is have courage. So that to me is, you can't even question that. I was saying the energies are going to be a little dicey, it looks like, and the thing that you can do to help you move through that situation and those feelings and that energy is to have courage. Have courage to move forward, have courage and faith in yourself and divine timing, and surrender to the flow. And I say all like that because I've had this card or a card close to this come out almost in every reading in the last 2 weeks. So it's letting us know, as divine masculine, or that part of you or that part of your relationship, that energy needs to just surrender to the flow. Divine feminine has I won't say easy, but divine feminine has an easier time of surrendering to the divine flow of things, just because of her inherent nature of caregiving and loving. And so divine feminine can deal with that on a different level than divine masculine can. So this card is just letting us know, divine masculine, you need to be able to surrender to divine also to be able to move forward through these energies. So that's awesome. Good information. I'm going to try to scoot some of this over. And I knew we were going to be dealing with a lot of energies, so just be patient with me. We'll try to move through some of this. I'm going to just kind of scoot them all over because I'm going to need more space. We're now going to move on to divine feminine and their energies for this week that's coming up. So these are separate energies for your the divine feminine part of you or the divine feminine in a twin flame relationship. So the overall energy card that we had, which was melt into divine desire. So let's see. I like the sound of that. So we'll just see where this goes. See exactly what kind of desires we're talking about here. And get some cards for some energies for divine feminine for this upcoming week. Because I pulled 5 cards for the, oh gosh, sorry. I'm taking the first one that flipped over. And if those other cards that just popped out want to really come out, they'll come out again, believe me. So we have Queen of Swords. That's beautiful energy. Okay. So we have Divine Desires as an overall. We have the Queen of Swords that has come out. We're going to get a couple more cards here. Whoa, that was a lot. And because it was so many, I don't think I'm going to take it. I have one card sitting out here that's came out and it's still halfway on the table. This is the one I'm going to take. There are 3 down on the floor, but, and we have the Sun. Beautiful. Divine Feminine, this next week for you, I'm just going to say is going to be amazing. Not sure why, but the energies that are coming out are beautiful right now. So, a couple more cards here for Divine Feminine. You are on your path, Divine Feminine. That's what I'm hearing. And you're not just on your path, you're walking your path. You're doing your work. I love it. So 8 of Cups. Cups usually represent love and usually say like love and family and really close relationships. So we'll get clarifying cards for these in a little bit, but we have 2 more popped out, which is exactly what I needed, so I'm going to take them. We have the King of Cups, and we have the 5 of Cups. So I'm going to scooch. I'm just doing this so we remember what energies we were dealing with Divine Masculine. And we have the King of Cups and the 5 of Cups. So lots of cups. So Divine Feminine, we are going to be dealing with a lot of love issues, loving your Divine Masculine. Loving your Divine Masculine as yourself. So when I talk about twin flames, what in a relationship like that, what you need to realize is that in a twin flame relationship, you guys were essentially one soul to begin with that agreed to split off in two separate souls. Even though those souls are identical, they still separated and went into 2 separate human bodies here on Earth. Once you meet that person and you are around them, many things can start happening to you, physically, mentally, spiritually, in so many different ways, because their energy being present in your life triggers your soul, and it says that this is the person that you need to be with to be able to complete your mission that you agreed to separate for to begin with, to be able to come back together here in this life, to be able to up the planet Earth's vibrations and help us level up in the collective, in the grand scheme of the universe and all those kinds of things. So this is beautiful to me so far. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this deck that I haven't used yet today, and we're going to get some clarifying cards for the energies for Divine Feminine. Let's see here. We're going to get a clarifying card for this Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords energy here. They all flipped over, but there's too many. Obviously, I haven't done this for a little bit on camera because I keep dropping everything. Sorry. Clarifying card here for the Queen of Swords, please. And we have the Five of Cups. Again, so we have Five of Cups here. We have Five of Cups here. Five energy isn't necessarily my personal favorite energy, but it's not horrible. It just is kind of a middle of the road feeling. Let's look up this Queen of Swords here, and we will see what I wrote down for the energy for the Queen of Swords. Okay, perfect. This I wrote down, creator of your life. So as a Divine Feminine, you have the power within you to create your life and create your life how you want it to look and how you manifest it looking. You have the power to do that in your own life. If you're concentrating all the time on negativity and the bad things that have happened to you in your life, you will just create more bad things happening to you in your life. So let's not concentrate on those things. Let's concentrate on the positive things, all the good things that are happening in your life. You concentrate on those, and then you start being able to manifest more positive things happening to you instead of manifesting more negative things. It took me quite some time to learn that lesson, and I'm still learning it daily. But it is a situation that can be a little difficult. But let's look at the Five of Cups energy here. Also, so Five of Cups represents loss, mourning, and sadness. And that's why I was saying with the fives, you a lot of times will have more of a either middle of the road or negative connotation to a five. And this one is one of those. It's talking about either losing a loved one or you mourning that loved one. And that was a clarifying card for our Queen of Swords, which is you're creating your own life. So it sounds to me like what Spirit's trying to say is that we have the ability to create our own life. Now I know exactly. I was just talking about this, about the concentrating on negative things versus concentrating on positive things, or even just rehashing negative things that happen to you in your life. If I constantly think about my son dying and bring myself back to that place mentally all the time, what I'm manifesting then is, again, those feelings of sadness and mourning and things that they service you here on earth as a human because it helps us process human emotions, which most souls are, honestly, unless they've lived here before, don't know how to deal with human emotions. And so a lot of souls who come here will technically just shut those emotions off because it's so foreign to them to even know how to deal with them. They don't know what to do or say. Anyway, I don't know why that came out of my mouth, but obviously that message was for somebody who will be watching this in the future. So just know that you manifest what you think about. What you think about, you bring about. How many times have we heard that? So think about how beautiful you want your life to be. Think about how beautiful you want this planet to be. How beautiful you want human beings to be to each other. Think about those things. Meditate on those things. And that is what will help us move through what we're dealing with on this planet right now. The next card is the Sun, which I love. So we're talking about manifesting things. We're talking about not spending a lot of time on negative things so we don't create more of that in our life. And the sun is kind of a card of like the end-all be-all perfection of your life and energy. It's one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. We're going to get a clarifying card here for the sun. Maybe we'll find out what part of the Divine Feminine's life is going to be so beneficial for her in this next week. With this clarifying card, let's see, we have 4 of Swords. Okay. I'm just gonna pop open to see what I wrote down for 4 of Swords. So what I wrote is that you need to regroup, you need to meditate, you need to find your center, and you need to recharge your spiritual strength. So I believe that's going back and talking about this situation, and that you need to be regrouping and meditating on the positive things in your life and not the negative things. So if you do that, I'm going to say if you concentrate on things that will give you the life and energy of the sun, you will be able to manifest those things. You have the power and you have the control in your life to bring that into your life. And it is actually way easier than you think it's going to be. It seems like if you've had a lot of bad things happen to you in life, it seems like you end up attracting bad things, but it's because you're concentrating on those negative things. You need to move through those energies and start concentrating on the sun energy. I'm actually, for Divine Feminine, I'm going to bring this sun card out and put it right up there. That's how important this is. My spirits are telling me that it's so important that this is the message from the divine, and that this is the divine desire that you need, which is the sun. So we're going to move on to the 8 of Cups here. We're going to get a clarifying card for the 8 of Cups. I know this is going long, and I'm sorry. If you need to, you can fast forward through some stuff. Usually, I trust that Spirit will bring you guys to the part of the video that you need to see. So let's pull this. Let's see, we have the 8 of Cups energy is being clarified by the Queen of Cups. So lots of cups. We like cups most of the time. So 8 of Cups. What do I have written down for that? Eight of Cups. Okay, so the message I have for the 8 of Cups is that it's time to move on. And then you're going to say, time to move on from what? Exactly. Time to move on from this manifesting trouble in your life. Let's not manifest that anymore. Let's move on from that. And our clarifying card here is the Queen of Cups. And what I have written down for that is that your heart is engaged. So if you take the energy from your heart, you engage that feeling and that energy from your heart into manifesting good for your life, you have the power and the capability to make those things happen. So that's wonderful. That's letting us know as Divine Feminine that we are all put together. We are ready. We're ready for the things and energies that are changing on this planet. We are ready to have the planet leveled up. And there's a bunch of us that are probably sitting around going, why is this taking so long? Come on. We need everybody on board, people. Everybody. Just saying. It's how we're going to overcome the negativity that's happening on this planet is for us to only bring positive. So our next card here for energies is the King of Cups. So we have the Queen of Swords. We have the King of Cups. And we'll get a clarifying card here for the King of Cups. Oh, gosh. I'm going to take the top card here. And since I'm already here, I'm going to grab, or try to grab, a card to clarify the Five of Cups here. So we have the Five of Cups twice. So there, oh goodness. So I have a bunch of cards that fell on the floor. One card fell face up, so that's the one I'm going to take. And we have the Ten of Swords. So another Swords card. But this is beautiful. So tens are the completion of an energy. And we were talking about this Five of Cups energy with the grief and sorrow and sadness and those kinds of things. And we have a clarifying card of the Ten of Swords. So that is telling me that there is a completion of some of these energies that are over here, that you are able to move through some of the negative energies and concentrate on the positive energies. And by doing that, you are going to be able to have the end of some of this negative energy cycles, I'm going to say. But let's look at here, the King of Cups. See what I wrote down for that. And so King of Cups is stable family life. So as a collective, Divine Feminine, this card is telling us that your family life at home is going to be stable. It's something that you can build from and build on. Let's look at it's clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. We'll look at that. And we have, what I wrote down for that is mastering and protecting a skill and loving your work. So if you decide to do work that you love, you will have this stability at home. You need to find something that nourishes your soul, that helps you become a better person. And once you find that, you will be able to manifest more of that security that makes us as Divine Feminines feel a little better about things. We did talk about the Five of Cups and the energy behind that, and we will look at the Ten of Swords here, which was that completing. Perfect. That's exactly what I thought. So I wrote down, for the Ten of Swords, I have hard times coming to an end. So there's a cycle of you unintentionally manifesting, I'm going to say, tragedies in your life. I know tragedies is a really harsh word. It sounds harsh to me, but it's true. You didn't know that's what you were doing. Now you see that, and you see that if you're spending all this time focusing on something bad and awful that happened to you, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time and energy. And it's not just your own time and energy that you're wasting. Please don't hate me for saying this, but it's everybody's. It's the collective of light workers, twin flames. By doing this, you hold other people back. So let's stop doing this so you can then release those other souls that need to be moving forward in the collective. Some of us that are saying, come on, you guys. I like to have energy moving. I like things to continually be moving. And if something kind of gets static, then I get a little uncomfortable about things. But just know, as Divine Feminine, you have the power to manifest. You have the power to manifest this world leveling up. Each one of you has that power. And it's not until, as Divine Feminines, we stand up and we claim that power, that Divine will then help us to see how we can use that power for the greater good. And this reading is kind of telling us all of that at once. So it's beautiful, gorgeous. I'm going to get a card here like I did for Divine Masculine. We're going to get an action card for Divine Feminine for this upcoming week. What can Divine Feminine do? Here we go. And again, with the water. I knew it. Wash away your burdens. So Divine Feminine, you need to be letting go of all these burdens that you've been manifesting. Let that go. Release it. Forget about those feelings. Forget about how it felt when all of those, whatever it was and however bad it was, forget about how horrible that felt and replace it with how wonderful it is going to feel when we live in the 5D 24/7. To me, that's going to be amazing. But we got 2 cards that came out for Divine Masculine over there. Spirit said I need to get another one, so they already popped one out. Perfect. And how many times did I say, it's divine timing, we just have to wait until Spirit gives us the card that we need? The card that comes out says, be patient. Divine Feminines, be patient. If you're patient with yourself and you're patient with divine timing and your Divine Masculine, there has to be patience for everybody in every situation. And maybe Spirit's telling me to be patient with maybe some light workers who are holding things back a little bit. They're saying, hang on, maybe it's not quite time yet. And that's okay. We may feel like it's time, but that doesn't mean it's actually Divine's time. This is beautiful. I love this energy. I was going to go in and do a combined, like what energies Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine are sharing with each other. But just because I'm at the length that I am with this video so far, I think I'm going to call quits with this one for right now. I may do a separate video that has the combined energies that we're dealing with. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. So, this is beautiful. We have Divine Masculine, we have Divine Feminine. Divine Masculine is going to be dealing with some things that might be a little difficult, and you both are. Everybody's going through this next week is going to be having a little bit of a hard time figuring out how to work with energies and what we need to do to be able to work with them. So just keep your mind open, do a lot of meditation, and see what you can do out there, Divine Feminines. I can't wait to see what you are going to be manifesting. It's very exciting. So I'm just going to turn this off and I'm going to clear out my cards and we'll do a reading that is both energies combined. Thank you so much. Again, this is Perry with Authentic Life Tarot, and like, subscribe would be great, and share. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.